Did you say throw it away?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not burying it today.
But you don't have to throw it away. You can bury it on Monday. It'll still be good on Monday, right? I think it's, Mel, it's apples, right?
And mushrooms, yeah.
They'll still be good. So leave them on the table for now. We'll figure out a place to keep them, and they won't go bad. Research.
Yes, it was, no, I got the research, the study design I got done. But the other one, I can't.
Progress. Yeah. So that's the stuff that I was just talking about. Come in during lunch.
Yeah, I mean, I can also, like, or I could take a picture of, like, metal resins.
Well, so that's the thing is what I want you to be able to do this stuff. So taking a picture of somebody else's work isn't going to quite get us there. So I want you to come in and like let's go through the exercise. Get to data.
I'll find a lunch that I can do.
Okay, awesome.
When we originally did our thing, we never got to like the explaining like our whole study, so we never had like one study question. And I was wondering if like maybe just using one you're talking about like distance from the creek is like,
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
And then how do you measure that? How would you?
Just do near, far, and in between.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't have to actually have a number.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't have a group.
Work with David. He's annoying, and he doesn't work very hard, and he'll try to sabotage your success in the class and your grade, but it'll be a good challenge for you. Yeah. I'm supposed to help people make those good decisions, help them like do the hard work, and I can't pull it off.
You know what's scary? If we had school next week, it would have been on my birthday.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going back next year.
Well, in my classes,
Safety.
learning and
Say funny. Safety bear? I'll be like, I'll be a smart student. I'll go into just like 3 passes. Or like,
I struggle with that, but you're right. I struggle with letting go.
Think about it every day.
That I-
That's not a bad thing.
It's, I mean, it's not something that I don't like about myself, but I do wish that I could find some boundaries and just be like, this is done what I can, and now I'm gonna let it go. So I'm still working on it, you know?
I feel like that would be the next big thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be something like no mind comprehension.
Yeah, no, that's like,
So gang, if you, want to take a short break, that's fine, but then, even though, other people aren't back, in about 4 or 5 minutes, we start working on the next assignment, and then,
Yes.
once people, like, start rolling in, I will, I'll have
I'm
everyone.
gonna go get water. No, actually, I need a I'll buy those.
you could do that for a break. We could have like a 10-minute break.
No, don't do it.
Maybe after. No, don't even.
No, we want David in here, we don't want the other two.
Just
David, do you have any food?
Do I have food?
Yes.
Why would I give you food?
Why would you not give me?
You want stale goldfish?
Sure. No, no. How still are we talking?
Like, I don't know.
If I eat it, is it gonna crunch or is it gonna like?
Like in the
Brandon isn't here.
And he's not here. Might as well, man. And he's not here.
Because look, if they taste like official.
I don't even know. I don't know how long it's been in my
I
life.
was here yesterday. That's
Yeah, I saw him yesterday at one center.
Do mine.
Folks, if you wanna, take a break, now's a good time, but, in like 3 or 4 minutes, let's get started working on the assignment. Once everybody's here, I'll talk you through it, but you'll be able to figure it out most of the
I'm gonna get water. There you go.
I did get food. I was gonna run over to Dell, and it was not good. It was good. Why is my bike?
No, so, there's a couple answers to that question. One is because every once in a while I'll go somewhere, and I'll get a mug.
I didn't have a
Bring it back here. Yeah, and then sometimes like things, so somebody gave me this I don't know. And so, yeah, I
I was blind for 6 months.
But I.
No, I can't get it. Guy would walk across.
George finished 100%.
what?
Here.
My name?
No. It's over on his desk or secretary.
Okay, so I do it on paper apparently.
Yeah.
Where's the top?
My name.
Just kidding. L-I-S-O-N.
Question, what's our question?
I don't know.
Our question is, something about moisture.
No, because like, let's get, because he's saying.
We're working on this also.
What is it here? What is the But it's vintage, right?
Yeah.
Are we working on
The soil organisms research, yeah, that would be the rest of it.
I wonder if she has Susie wanted to know. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
he only shot two.
Did there potential I get some for
I almost went in my mouth, but it didn't.
It's like, the question is,
Nice.
what is our question? I get it wrong.
Where do I put this? Where do I
Cobra. Did you even get two questions?
I think it is too. Just ask mom. Because I've never had a cold bear and like a cold bear.
Hey, let's find out later.
I've never had a
I mean,
and it's like he was born like in what? And then he tried to tell my dad and I'm like, no, it's cold in there.
Why? What's going on?
here.
Yeah. I'm walking fast. I have a question. And he looks at me and he's like,
Bro, he is the most panicked person.
What's our question? What's our question? What is?
and I don't like touch your thing. Well, I do and I don't. Depends.
I hate my mascara though, like TV mascara. So sometimes it's just like
Which one do you use?
I don't know, I just got it. And I forgot this.
Oh, she has it on. Oh, me too. I told Nick. He's actually a great guy.
Oh, I have tried. My dad's like,
I like to sit down and little confidence.
I went into the room. Ben, where's your leg? He tried jumping and then he slammed his leg into the wall. Is your leg like broken?
Did you guys see it?
Yeah.
Well, I made it on one foot and my other foot just slipped. It was very unpleasant.
So you'll come in
with my younger sister and my older sister.
I got this. But this was from my aunt. I came up with this. What is the
Oh, but I'm messing up. Is this the weave?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to my that's right. I was trying to pull that one out. Not my dad.
Don't give him my bag. Don't let him have my bag. I'm trying to take my bag.
Okay, so gang, I'm gonna just talk you through the next assignment real quickly. It is not super complicated, and you do not have to. This is going to be something that, if you use your class time, you are easily going to be able to get this done in the amount of time that we have. So the work that we're going to do is called the Soil Organism Research Assignment, and that is and that is something I'm going to ask you to do this work individually. And the idea is I want you to have a couple of basic pieces of information about the things that live in soil. The first thing that I want you to know is what soil organisms are. Like what do they look like, and where are they, and what do they eat? And then the next thing I want you to think about, and this is really important, is why we care. So what we're looking at here is what we call the ecological role. And the ecology has to do with interactions between organisms. So what we want to know is, what do soil organisms do that's good for other organisms? And then there's a bunch of soil organisms that we're likely to see when we do our collections next week. And what I want is for you to find a couple pictures of those and to look up some information about how to identify them. And all of that is going to go in an individual Google slideshow. The first slide is just going to be the title. You can just call it Soil Organisms Research Assignment and then put your full name. And then the next thing is a slide that talks about what soil organisms are, where they are found, and what they eat. And just put a picture. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just like Google search on what are soil organisms or something. And then in the third slide, this is where you talk about what they do that's so useful for other living things. It's really important, and when you see it, you'll probably know, oh, I get it, that's what they do, and that's why it's important. And then another picture so you can talk about the importance of soil organisms. Type a Google search, importance of soil organisms, or ecological role of soil organisms, and you'll find all sorts of stuff, including pictures. The 4 types of organisms that I want everybody to be able to identify next week are something called springtails. These are often the most abundant organisms we see. So it's really important that you know what they look like, and you can describe in words how you would recognize them. There's another group called nematodes. We'll almost certainly see some of these. And then there's a couple other groups that we often see. Mites, which are really little things, almost invisible, but they kind of look like spiders. They're not spiders though, but they look like spiders. And then protozoa, which are like amoebas or like Like there's all sorts of protozoa that live in soils, and we may not, I would say we don't often see these, but we might, and so it's worth knowing at least what an amoeba look like. And then the last slide, if you have time, you can look up, there's all sorts of other things that we'll probably see at some point. Things like centipedes, millipedes, annelid worms, which are like earthworms are a kind of annelid worm. And then there's all sorts of beetles that we might see, and insects like ants and like ladybugs, or who knows what we're gonna see. But I'd like you to have this information documented so that on Tuesday, when we start looking at the soil organisms, you have a decent head start on what it is that you're looking at. This is individual. And as always, what I really want is for you to productively collaborate about the work. So it's fine with me if you, for example, say like, wait, is that a springtail, or what? Did you find something about how to identify springtails, or what's the difference between a nematode and an earthworm? And those are the kinds of things that I not only are okay with you talking about, but I want you to talk about, actively want you to do that. But it shouldn't be the kind of thing where you're like dividing up the work, so don't tell somebody you do springtails, I'll do nematodes. You shouldn't be sharing a document. And the work that you do should reflect your understanding, like what you've learned and what you understand from that work, okay? And this is due today. So you have like, however long we have, 35 minutes. It's enough time to get through all of this. And I know that seems kind of crazy, but it's not going to take you long if you stay really focused and you're really locked in. If you use your class time well, you'll get full points. And if you don't finish it, then I'll ask you to finish it outside of class. But you won't be penalized. What I'm looking for is for you to use your class time. And I think if you use your class time, you'll either get it done or you get real close, okay? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, let's see what you can do.